come and talk to us as you deliberate on your topic for tonight. Thank you very much.
We want to do this debate with the highest level of respect and admiration for intellectualism. Thank you.
NaYConF Debate Competition 2024. Advocacy, an important facet in our development as a nation. So brace yourselves and hear from these ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my capacity as the Prime Minister of this House, I would love to give you the motion for this debate. This House believes that the recovery-focused National Development Plan adequately caters for youth inclusion in the implementation. How the government tries to put in laws or try to modify laws in order to meet the requirements of the country, for the well-being of the country, the people of this country. In the democracy space, also including freedom of speech, and the media also is able to come up to give information to the citizens of the country without any fear of being censored at all. An example of this will be Pamodo Boyang, who sued the government and got a compensation of $15 million at the public, and this has been published by all public media for the past 4 days.
Drug abuses and education day in schools. This was a resolution made by the delegates of NaYConF for the government to cater for youth, and this was not implemented. Let's see, for example, if this policy was implemented, there will have been less drug abuses.
We have the government providing scholarship to students in GTTI. If you are admitted in GTTI, you have a direct scholarship, which means that the government has sick concern in youth development, youth attaining skills and knowledge in various sectors. And also the Crab Island, which is in Banjul, which is under TVEC, that is technical and vocational education and training, has deemed it necessary to train youth on what? On skills and even on technology. This innovation has clearly showed that the recovery-focused national development plan is not highlighting the youth. It is in cooperation with the youth in which the adequate part is being catered for them.
This is what we always hear from the government, working towards how, when, why, or which stage is the working towards at. We don't know. No reference was given by the Prime Minister. Change of policy. Vision 2020 in 1996 was proposed. Youth development, youth inclusion, youth. 2017, Youth Empowerment Program by the EU and some other international organizations. Youth empowerment, youth. What have they done? In fact, the activities that were against it, that were promoting those projects, in fact, used the money, went to irregular migration and so on. So
national development. Pamodu was part of the people in 2018 about the Faraba incident, standing for the young people, and the High Court has given a ban. Pamodu will be paid $15 million Gambian dollars because of the torture he has gone through and some of the risks he has with the security. Therefore, President Barrow is doing very well to see to it that youth inclusion is being seen and heard. Yes.
How old is Pamodu?
Pamodu Bojang is 35 years old, according to an impeccable source. You can sit down, let me take you through.
We would like to put it to the attention of the Prime Minister that you cannot stand before this August gathering tonight in an event that is supposed to be about youth, for youth, and being organized for the purpose of advancing youth development, to say that involving youth in national security reform is a threat to our democracy. That's an insult, Madam Prime Minister. The Minister of Economic Affairs, when he was before the Parliament, he said the current budget was designed in line with achieving the particular objectives of the recovery-focused National Development Plan. Honorable Speaker, in that budget, $1 billion was allocated for the Office of the President, and $113 million has been allocated to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Who is the priority here? Who is the priority here? Moving on to my own point. The first point I want to provide is irregular migration. This is a strategic point in the recovery-focused National Development Plan 2023-2027. Thank you, esteemed adjudicator. 2027. It is indicated that youth irregular migration will be discouraged. It is our position, however, that the government has not included youth in activities or in plans that would go to discourage irregular migration, because as we speak, Your Excellency, as we speak, Honorable Minister, youth irregular migration is on the rise.
The National Development Plan has enhanced democracy through decision-making process. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to agree with me that the National Development Plan has indeed enhances democracy through decision-making process, because today it is a testament that all the youths of this country are gathered here today to make sure that their input matters a lot by contributing and making the government of the Gambia to believe that they are taking part in the decision-making process in this NaYConF today.
The Prime Minister of this Honorable House, who clearly shafted by saying that youth should not be included in the security sector development of the Gambia because they are a threat to the national security, and that is a violation of that is in contravention to the National Development Plan 2023-2027, which provides in strategic pillar number 6 that youth should be included in the national development of the Gambia. So excluding them clearly indicates that they are not important. So which is a fault of the government.
We all know that education is the backbone of every country's development, and if you want to corrupt every country or any nation, corrupt its education system. So but if you look at the Gambia, you will realize that the Recovery Focused National Development Plan ensures that there are vocational training, and this is to ensure that most of the youths in this country are not only focused on their academics, but also they gain some of the skills like welding, carpentry, and etc. And there are so many institutions that are responsible to ensure that the citizens of this country have these required skills that they need, like the Inside Training Center, the Youth Empowerment Project, and etc. Mr. Speaker, and also our technical and professional skills on the same point. We are still on education because we believe that now we are in the world of technology, and technology is something that is very, very significant as far as a nation's development is concerned. In 2021, Gambia had 2,400 students enrolled in vocational training, and in 2024 it rose to 6,000, and this is reported by the UNESCO on the 16th of January 2024. So this is clearly and evident that the Recovery Focused National Development Plan adequately caters for youth inclusion in its implementation. I would also love you to understand that as we speak, we are able to have 1,870 schools in the Gambia, and this is geared towards promoting education and ensuring that there's quality education towards making sure that the youths are inclusive in the implementation.
Recovery Focused National Development Plan 2023-2027 fails to prioritize access to capital and mentorship programs for young Gambian entrepreneurs. I can give an example. An example is a youth-run business often struggles due to limited access to affordable loans and grants. A gap that the recovery focus of the National Development Plan 2023-2027 does not adequately address this point.
National Development Plan encourages youth participation in decision-making processes by providing platforms for youth to engage in governance, policy making, and leadership positions. This includes creating youth advisory bodies and facilitating their involvement in community development programs. Honorable Speaker, as of January 2024, 30% of political leadership positions in the Gambia were held by people under the age of 35. And this statistics is from the International Political Participation Index 2023.
Honorable Speaker, in this NaYConF, 15,784,000 was supposed to be approved, but only 14 million is approved. Honorable Speaker, this is making us to have so many issues that we cannot even solve. Just realizing from the first day of coming forward, even to get sponges were a problem. Honorable Speaker, now to my second point, is overemphasis on short-term recovery. The National Development Plan only focuses on short-term recovery, Honorable Speaker, and then you will see that it doesn't focus on long-term recovery, and this will defeat the purpose of the Sustainable Development Goals of 2030, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker,
let's get to agriculture, for instance, as the backbone of most developing countries, and so was the Gambia. We have the Jahali Pacha farm that is not being utilized, and the government is claiming that it wants to modernize the agricultural sector of the Gambia. How many equipments do we have there? How many farming tools do we have? How many modern farming tools do we have in the Jahali Pacha? There is absolutely none. And by extension, there is no government farm, there is no government or private farm in the Gambia that has one tool or modern tool that is being purchased by the government in support of farming in the Gambia. So modernization is there in abstract, but there is no implementation that is being put into place.
And I want to from that of the Prime Minister, of course. He came and said, this is a particular thing that he supports because education, government has been investing in it. I want to ask a question. If government really cares for that of the education of the youths and actually want educational or academic excellence in this country, teachers wouldn't have gone on strike on December 4th. Teachers wouldn't have sit at home and not going to school to teach because they were not served with their salaries in the country. Yes, embarrass yourself.
Yes, I'm going to clarify because you're misleading the House. You said teachers went on strike because their salaries were not paid. That is not the fact. They went on strike because their SIGs were not paid. Stop misleading this House.
Mr. Speaker, what he is saying and what we are saying, what is the difference? It is just like you telling somebody that put the rope on the neck of the goat and put the goat on with a round of that of the rope. That is actually the same thing that we are saying. In Mandinka, that is what I am quoting from. And Mr. Speaker, that POI has made no sense here. And our only thing we discuss as a country since the independence is lack of job employment opportunities. And this is very evident. Our youth wouldn't have died at the Mediterranean Sea if there were enough employment opportunities in the Gambia. These people coming here, this bunch of frustrated teenagers coming here to tell us that we have enough employment opportunities here. We cannot accept that because it is not factual. And the other thing that I would do.
The second runner-up for this NaYConF 2024 debate, and the second runner-up goes to West Coast region. First runner-up of the 2024 NaYConF goes to Central River region. The 2024 NaYConF debate competition goes to KM. Congratulations to all the participants. Thank you to my colleague judges for a job well done.